Next we'll have Dereka Carroll, who's an undergraduate studying meteorology at Jackson State University in Mississippi. So let's welcome her to the pole and let her highlight some of her activities and some of her accomplishments.
Good morning, everyone. As Jeremy stated, my name is Dereka Carroll. I'm a senior meteorology major at Jackson State University, and I'm from Dallas, Texas. To the far left, you see a picture of me with a baton and twirling fire knives, and I was the featured twirler for the Sonic Boom of the South Marching Band for 2 years. I left the band to focus on academia, and I'm glad I did because I was listed in the Who's Who Among American Colleges, Who's Who Among Students in American Universities and Colleges in 2011, and I just recently found out I was also elected for 2012. Jackson State felt that I would best represent them as far as academics and as a student ambassador, and I was awarded the Higher Education Appreciation Day Working for Academic Excellence Award. And what this does is each university or institution in Mississippi nominates one student to come to Congress and be recognized for their academic excellence. I'm also in various honor societies, including Phi Kappa Phi and Golden Key International Honor Society. And this summer I won the 3rd place NOAA Enterprise-Wide Capabilities presentation. I've interned with LS Mount in the Bridge to Undergraduate program. I've also interned with SOARS, working at the National Center for Atmospheric Research on mesoscale convective vortices. This past summer, I was in the Ernest F. Hollins program, and I helped the National Weather Service better forecast wet microburst potential. My research interests are in mesoscale convective systems. I'm interested in the more intense mesoscale convective vortices. About a few years ago, there was a huge mesoscale convective vortice that looked similar to a hurricane, and it was Tropical Storm Erin, and it dissipated, and then about 8 hours later, it blew up into a hurricane over land, and it was more intense inland than it was, when it was an actual tropical system in the water. And I felt it was very interesting, and it sparked my interest in more mesoscale processes. I'm also interested in model verification, because with the models, numerical modeling is growing every day, and if the models aren't working, then we can't produce forecasts, and if we don't warn you guys, then that's a great loss of life and property. Hurricane Katrina also sparked my interest in the societal impacts of severe weather. They do a lot of documentaries about Hurricane Katrina, and I seen this one lady say that she wasn't going to evacuate because they had lived through hurricanes before and it was nothing. And I know today that she probably isn't alive, because we all know what happened with Hurricane Katrina and the levees breaking, and everyone it was a very terrible case. And I want to figure out how to better serve those underserved communities and relate severe weather to them to where they understand when it's a mandatory evacuation, it's best to get out, because if you don't, no one is going to help you. My short-term goals is to go to graduate school. I want to get my PhD in atmospheric science. I want to be the 7th African-American female in the United States to have a PhD in atmospheric science. I'm not really sure where I'm going to go. I've applied to the schools listed, and I'm praying that I hear something soon. My long-term goal would be to work at a NOAA-related office, like I said, developing programs for underserved communities to let them know about the risk of severe weather events.